All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Up and In Show. We are in Cards and Culture on the Purple Couch. Are we good, Kylie? All right, and we're good. I am here with a special guest. I appreciate your time. Autumn Newby, thank you.
Of course.
Yes. You can talk into the mic. It's all right. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You just finished your season,
Yes.
your LSU basketball season, right? Under Kim Mulkey.
Yes.
So that was, I'm sure, an experience. I'm excited to talk to you about that. But you're from Georgia originally, right? And you went to Vanderbilt. So I always like to interview people. I've had a lot of people on the show that have had different college experiences or have gone through college already and have these real life experiences. So yeah. I'm excited to dive into your story a little bit.
Yes, I do have quite a story.
Yeah. So let's start from the top. You were you're born in Georgia and you start playing basketball out there, right? So basketball is a big part of your life growing up?
Yeah, well, my siblings played for a long time before I did. I didn't actually start till I was like 9.
Damn.
So that's kind of late.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of basketball players like start really early. But yeah, I didn't start till I was like 9 because I just like, I saw them out there having fun. I'm like, I just want to try it out. And I ended up actually playing with like all boys. Like I was on an all boys team. So I think that like helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Like with just toughness and stuff like that. So yeah, I just grew up playing with guys.
That's crazy. And you had older siblings, I'm assuming you said they were playing?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. Let's go. How many siblings do you have?
2. My sister is turning 25 actually this month.
Okay.
And my brother turns 27 in September.
Nice.
So yeah, my sister actually played at Georgia State
Nice.
back in, well, she's done now obviously, but yeah, she played at Georgia State. She was really good too. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're pretty tall, obviously.
I'm actually the tallest in my family.
Are you? Okay, so I was gonna ask if everybody else was tall.
Yeah, I'm like taller than my mom, my dad, everybody.
Nice,
so
me
I don't
too.
really know where the height came from, but
I'm the
I'll
same
take
way.
it.
I'm the same way. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. My dad's like 6 foot. My mom's tall for a woman. She's like
Yeah.
5'9", 5'10", but
yeah,
my
the
younger
tall genes running the women.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And you want to hear something crazy? My younger sister, who I have an older brother, older sister. They're half brother and sister. They have a smaller mom. We all share the same dad, but my mom had my younger sister, and she's like 5'2". No joke. Like we have the same parents. I'm like, how does this happen? We stand next to each other.
So
and like
weird.
that's and it's like 6'7" and 5'2" is a huge difference. It's not like
sure.
a little close, you know?
Yeah.
So are they like semi-tall?
My mom's like 5'7".
Okay.
I mean, that's like
Yeah, that's
that's
above
not bad.
average,
My
I'm sure.
dad's like 5'11". So
How tall are you?
6'2".
That's
But like
wild.
being tall kind of runs on my mom's side, I guess.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say. Well, really on my dad's too, but like my mom's side, they're all athletes. Like my cousin's Ryan Clark actually.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
played at LSU.
Yeah. I love Ryan Clark.
Yeah.
He's a big timer. He's
amazing.
He's got a great podcast too.
Oh, yeah.
You seen his new one that came
Yeah.
out? Yeah, he's the man. I like RC.
Yeah.
Was it tough for you growing up though, like being a tall girl and like kind of managing that?
I would say it was awkward
Yeah.
when I was younger because I was literally the tallest like in my class at all times. Like in like 5th grade, I probably stopped growing early on. Like
Yeah.
I hit 5'11", 6 foot early on.
Early.
So I hit probably 6'1", 6'2", probably in like high school, but I hit 5'11", 6 foot in like middle school. So I was like much taller than everybody else. And it was probably a little awkward for me, but I love it now.
Yeah.
Like, people are always like, can I get a few inches off you? And I'm like,
These are mine.
right.
That's great. All
Yeah.
right. I love it. I love that you've embraced it. Obviously basketball, I'm sure probably helped with that
yeah.
journey, right?
For sure, yeah. That helped obviously a lot on the court.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in high school, I actually played on the perimeter. So, yeah. It's
So
kind
you were
of a
handling the
shock.
ball, shooting the ball a little bit?
Yeah, bringing
Let's
the ball
go.
up the court, shooting threes, all that. Yeah, I was pretty much a guard.
Why do we stop?
Kind of the school I went into.
Okay.
With Vanderbilt. I was the tallest on the team. On an SEC team.
So
it
they
was
just immediately made you go back to the basket?
Basically, back to the basket. I was starting at the center. I was guarding Mercedes Russell,
Yeah.
Tierra McCowan, all of them as a freshman.
Yeah.
So
Just throw you into the fire and then play a
Nothing
position that
major.
you've never done before. Yeah,
Yeah.
and just go bang down low with these beasts.
right. So that kind of started my whole back to the post kind of thing. So it was a little awkward for me because I've never been a back to the basket post player. So
Yeah.
and I'm undersized. So
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, I
But-
thought you handled it well when I watched you this year. I think, how did you, when you got to Mulkey's system, did she treat you still back? I mean, obviously I saw, I watched the games and stuff and you played forward, center, that kind of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
stuff, but
she's a very traditional coach.
is she? Okay.
Yeah, like pretty old school, like guards on the perimeter, post in the post, like
Gotcha.
back to the basket,
Yeah.
set screens. Like our offense wasn't, we had some quick hitters, but we set screens.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So it was
yeah.
kind of hard for people to figure it out because we were kind of out there just playing like it was like pickup or something. Like
know.
we just set screens, pick and roll, pick and pop, whatever, and the guards just play off the screens. And we had playmakers. So we had Lex, we had Kayla, we had Cherry. Like they were all playmakers off the screen. So it was hard for the other team to try to figure out how to guard us, even though we were out there not even knowing what we were doing most of the time. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Foss just kind of. She's big on defense, rebounding, stuff like that. I mean, those were things that I already like did at Vanderbilt. I was like our defensive stopper.
Nice.
I guarded guards, posts, whatever. Like that's kind of what made my position so invaluable, being able to like be so versatile on the defensive end.
Yeah.
So it kind of all played right into like my game. So I was really excited to be able to play for her because I know that that's the things that'll keep you on the court. And she told me right before the season started, like if you play defense and you rebound, you'll play. And
yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah. You did your thing. Yeah. It was fun watching you guys. I went to probably like 10 home games this year. And I mean, obviously the energy that she brings, but like the style of play that you guys had was so fun for me. It was like fast paced and like, I think it was A&M, the A&M game. I was like, no joke. I was like, this is one of the more fun games that I've ever had in the PMAC, you know? And it was like, I don't know. You guys were electric.
I think it might have been more fun for people to watch because I know a lot of people watched us this season.
Yeah.
Probably because it kind of geared a little more towards the men's game a little bit and how we play, just playing, like not having to run so many plays, not being in a system. That's kind of what I really liked about it. We had to learn a lot of plays, but we didn't use a lot of them. They were quick hitters and they worked. When she called them, like we got a layup out of it. We got an easy shot. So, but other than that, 90% of the time we just ran screens, and I think that was really, and I mean, just running in transition and just. That was things people like to watch. Just a lot of things that geared towards the men's game, and our guards were very versatile with like pull-up jumpers, threes. Like Kayla was shooting out of this world this year from the 3-point line, and she just had an amazing year. So, and I mean, Kayla's like she really is who brought me out of retirement because I was like done playing basketball because I opted out my senior year because of COVID.
I know. I wanted to get into that. I want to talk about that for real.
I mean, go ahead.
no, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. But she got you out of retirement. Yep.
Yeah, she brought me out of retirement because, I mean, I played with her, and I don't know if you know her name's Q. She plays at Georgia, but we all played for the same AU team growing up, and Kayla has been my best friend for, like, ever. And, like, Nikki obviously is Kayla's aunt, so I've known her for, like, ever. And, yeah, she got me to come play with her, and I signed to play for Nikki, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she ended up leaving. She got an amazing opportunity with the Aces. And, yeah, so me and Kayla, like, that was, like, the icing on top for me,
wild.
being able to play with her my last year and then watching her do what she did this year and being a part of it was, like, everything for me.
I got chills. That's cool. Like, I love hearing stories like that. And, you know, just even seeing you guys the other night at dinner, like you guys are still friends, all this stuff. Like you'll be friends for life, obviously. But it's pretty cool that you could go to Vanderbilt, she come to LSU, you guys reconnect. I love that kind of stuff. That's wild. I didn't know she was the one that, and I didn't know that you were like, nah, COVID, retire. So COVID kind of just put you into retirement. You were like, I'm done.
I mean, so when I went to Vandy, I went for my education.
Okay.
That was it because,
it's a no joke school. That's why.
Right. I mean, I originally was going to commit to Georgia and it just like didn't work out. And it actually ended up not working out like in my senior year. So like my recruiting process was very weird because I had obviously a lot of schools wanting me in the beginning. And then I cut down my list to like 3 schools, only went on like 3 visits. And then Georgia didn't end up working out. So then I had to reopen my recruiting process like summer right before I'm supposed to like go to school. So
I'm going to school in 2 months. Anybody want me?
Right. So Stephanie White actually she was at the Fever and then she took them to the finals like her first year. And then I guess she didn't like it or something and she wanted to be a college coach. So she got the job and it seemed like it would have been right fit. My dad, we're obviously really big on academics because not a secret that women don't get paid a lot in the WNBA. And that was never like an aspiration of mine. And I always wanted to go into the medical field. So I was like, I might as well go for my education if I'm going to get it paid for because Vanderbilt's cost is like out of the world.
Stupid. So
it's like $70,000 a year or something. So yeah, I was like, I might as well get my education if it's going to be paid for. So that's really why I went to Vandy. So then I wasn't the happiest at Vandy. We didn't win a lot, so it was kind of hard to be super happy, but my senior year, then COVID happened and all that. So I just opted out, and I was a regular student for a whole year, and it was like the best year of my life.
I was just going to say, how fun was that, right?
It was literally the best year of my life.
I love that. I say that to people all the time. They're like, oh, you miss baseball? And I'm like, I haven't thought about going to play baseball in 4 years because for 20 years of my whole life, I've been this identity at this time, go here, do this. And it's like, I get to do whatever I want. I can't imagine what that was like in college.
Oh my God. I had an apartment like off campus. So like, it was just an amazing break. But then when like Kayla, the only school I even thought about going to LSU because I wanted to play for Nikki. Like I love her. She's literally one of the most amazing women I've ever met. So I was like, that's the only way I'll play again. And I was like, I need some more prerequisites for nursing school, so I might as well get those paid for too. So I was like, I'm just going to go play with Kayla. Like, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Whatever. So, like, I literally had to get back in I didn't play basketball. I probably didn't pick a ball up for, like, 8 months.
I love it.
Like, I was, like, out of it. So then, like, spring, I was going back and forth between Georgia and Nashville, but I just went back to Nashville, and I just got into a routine. Like, I got up every morning, did my classes, went to the gym, went to the court. I found this like community court because I opted out, I couldn't use the facility. So I had to go find like a community center, and I would just rebound for myself, and I would do that every single day, like lift, run on the treadmill, all that. Like I just felt like I had to get back right if I'm going to be playing D1 basketball again. And then when I found out it was for Kim Mulkey, I really had to get back right. So I was just like, I need to like get back in shape, do all this stuff, because I had put on like 20 pounds like over those 8 months. I was really skinny prior, so like it wasn't like a bad thing, but I was like, I need to like get back in shape. So I got into this like really, really strict routine, and I think that being a basketball player at a D1 level is because a lot of people aren't able to do that. So I'm like, I just kind of clicked and started doing it, and I think that's just like kind of what we can do. So
just decide that I'm gonna go play D1.
I just was like, I got to get back right, and that's what I did.
I love it. I was wondering about Vanderbilt, if it was like an academic thing in the beginning of school. That's really cool to hear. And just like the perspective that you had at your age, and I don't know if it was your parents or whoever, but I think you said it was your dad kind of, right? Yeah. Instilling that in you. I love that.
Yeah. I always knew I wanted to get my education. Like that was just the main thing. That's how you make money.
Yeah. And so doctor, nurse, what do you want to
So I'm going to nursing school.
Okay.
I was trying to start in the fall, but it's not working out. So I'm going to end up starting in the spring. I'm going to go back to Georgia, and I'm going to do an entry-level master's program. So I'm going to get my master's in nursing, as well as being able to like take the NCLEX and become an RN. And my dad actually works at a hospital. He's worked there since I was like born. So he's like really plugged in with like all the hospital people. So he's going to be able to get me a job like that. And I'll just kind of get my experience. And then I want to travel for a few years and just kind of stack my money up. Yeah. And then come back to school for anesthesiology. So that's
the game plan. Let's go. Plan. I love it. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh my God, you got the whole world in front of you, girl. Right. That's awesome. Man, that's fun. I love it. And you knew that at whatever, 17, 18 years old, going to high school.
I've always been kind of mature for my age, and just I feel like you have to plan your life out to have your goal. You have to have a stable life, and that involves a stable like career. So I feel like that's just kind of what I shape my life around, because there's no other way to have a really stable life. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you think you learned a lot of those principles? Were they instilled with your parents, or do you think your older siblings had some effect on you too?
I think all of that. I think we're just an ambitious family. My parents, they do well for themselves, and just I want to be able to live comfortably. I mean, I never want to like have so much money that I don't know what to do with it, but I just want to be able to live comfortably, and I think that's where like nursing came in, because I know I can like live comfortably like that and just kind of support myself and like let everything else fall into place. But I'm also a Capricorn, so like Capricorns are super ambitious and super like instilled and stuff like that. So I think that's also where a lot of it, just my personality in general. I think that if you ask anybody, it's just kind of how I am. So yeah. You
were kind of that way in basketball too. I mean, it sounds like it. You were like, I just turned it on and lost 20 pounds and did this and that.
Yeah.
It's like when you make a decision, you're in.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not really a secret that I didn't love basketball. I just loved to compete. Right. So being able to compete at the highest level was so fun for me, especially this year, because of how good we were. Like it's such a difference for me, because like my first 2 years at Vandy, I won 7 games total. We were like 7-20 something. Like I was like, went from being like a winner, obviously, to a literal loser. So I was like, okay. So then it kind of got to the point where I didn't even care about it anymore. So that's what made basketball really hard for me because I knew we weren't going to win games.
Yeah.
So when I got to LSU, like I knew we would be good. I just didn't know how good we would be.
Yeah.
So when we like kind of got into we lost our second game. We were kind of like, but like obviously we lost to a really good team.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a reset. And then like after that, we didn't lose a game for like 17 games or something crazy like that. And then just like having all the fans with all that support, like it was insane. They packed the gym out like every game.
Yeah.
Non-conference, conference, like they were there. So like I've just never experienced that. And it was literally probably the best experience that I've ever had with basketball. So yes, I loved it. We loved it so much. Like they were amazing. The fans were amazing for us this year. They never like let us get too down. Like if the team went on a run and went up, like they never went up more than like 6 points because they were just so loud and like we had their energy. So like that was really, really, really fun for us this year. And like that's something I will always cherish.
Yeah. I'm always anxious to hear, you know, when people have had different experiences in different universities, what the biggest thing was. So was that the biggest thing? Was the fan favorite and like how much people cared about it?
That was definitely the biggest thing because like when you're winning, people will support you. I mean, so like they came out. My mom literally flew to every game. I kid you not, she was at every single game. She graduated from LSU. So
she did? Nice.
Yeah, she graduated from LSU. So she was super excited for me to play here, obviously. Like so like and like my family's from here. My mom's from Louisiana. My grandma lives in Denham. So like I have so much family here and they showed out for me. Like I had at least 10 people. I had to ask my teammates for tickets every game. I had at least like 10 people there, like every game. They sat in the same area and people always come to me like, I sat by your family. And they're like, they're so loud. And I'm like, yeah.
They're like, they love me.
Yeah. So like even on senior night, like my mom had this huge banner. No, even on my birthday, we played on my birthday. She had this huge banner made for me. Like it was just so much support. So it was the fans and it was my family. Like that was so amazing for me. My senior night, I had like, she had shirts made. There were like 30 people for me there. So that was amazing. But the fans, that was definitely the best part.
And I just love hearing little things too. I'm bouncing around here, I know, but I interviewed a kid named Blake Money yesterday. Sat down and talked to. He was a baseball player at LSU, and it's awesome to hear like the influences and what makes people like these high level performers, right? You asked me what my podcast is about, and it's like this is the kind of stuff that I love hearing. Is like what made you, and like I get to like peel these layers back of like how did you get here? Do that, and it's like. Damn, your family and like just the support here and like they came to every game and they flew, and it's like it reminds me of my college experience. I grew up in Jersey, but my dad he literally bought a motorhome so he could drive because he loves driving. He doesn't like flying. He was like he had fear of flying, so he bought a motorhome just so he could travel down here for all of my games and watch me play. So I think that's so amazing. Like high level performers have that support system.
And I'm an energy player. If you like know me and have watched me, I'm an energy player. So like that support and that energy feeds right into my game. So it was really fun for me to be able to like hype the crowd up, hype my team up, just be that energy player for us. So it was really fun. Like,
would you ever like notice your parents in the stands or whatever and make eye contact?
I actually waved to my mom before every game. So we have this thing. I love it. Every game. Yeah, she literally was like in and out. She flew back.
Would you like just leave after the game or whatever? You guys go get some food?
Sometimes, she even drove to some of them. She literally, when she got the schedule, she bought like thousands of dollars in flights. Just flight.
I love her. Yeah. That's amazing.
It was crazy. She was in and out of Louisiana like every week.
I'm sure she was just so proud, like you said, too, the connection to LSU, everything, grandma being here, and then like that's badass. Yeah. Man,
I'm glad I was able to like, because my family here weren't able to see me play a lot because I was playing in Nashville and obviously Georgia. So being able to bring that here for them like was like everything for me. Everything was just kind of like full circle for me this year.
I love it. Give me some insight on Kim Mulkey, right? I'm sure people love talking about that, ask you about that, and you know, as your life goes on, and her career keeps going, it's probably going to be always something that people ask. So give me some insight on Kim Mulkey and what it was like to play for her. I
think when people ask me, the first thing I say is that she's intense. She's extremely intense, and I feel like I'm also kind of intense in a way, so it wasn't too bad for me. It can be a lot for some people. You can't be super sensitive. Like, I'm not sensitive. Like, you just can't be sensitive.
No, I get it.
Her. She's just really intense. She's also really funny. If you did, like, a lot of people don't know.
I think she's hilarious.
She's actually really funny. But yeah, she will just push you. Like her main thing with because like I said, we didn't have a lot of plays. It wasn't a lot of sets. It wasn't a lot of stuff like that. She just knows how to push you and get everything out of you. Because like my numbers if you watch my game from here at LSU and when I was at Vandy, you can see a big difference in just what was able to be pulled out of me.
Nice.
So, and I think that was like Kayla had the best year of her life. Cherry had the best year of her life. Lex had the best year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
She just pulled everything we had, and it was really sad to see it all end in the tournament. But I'm kind of glad if it had to end, it was on LSU's court.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing. But yeah, Kim, she's intense. That's probably the best word that I can describe her as. She's a competitor. She hates to lose. Like she hates to lose, and I think that rubbed off on us a lot because we at one point in the season we had lost 2 games in a row. We lost to Florida, and then we turned around and lost to Arkansas, and then we looked at the rest of our schedule and we were like, okay, I think we played Mississippi State next week. We have to win that game so that we can start rolling back into the rest of the season because we were at the top, trying to be second, tied for third. I don't know. It was a lot of teams that had the same record. So we were we need to win that game. Yeah. And we won that game, and then we ended up not losing again for the rest of the season. So
you're bad.
Right. So I think she just knows how to get us to compete. She knows how to get us to focus on what we need to focus on. And I think that's really, really important. I think that's why a lot of people want to come play for her. I mean, you see all the transfers they're getting in this year. They see what we did with the program because I know that we'll probably go down as one of the best teams in LSU history. Yeah. So just being able to turn the program around and her doing that, being a part of it. I mean, she was AP Coach of the Year. That's not a mistake. Yeah. She's a 2-time Hall of Famer. She was literally inducted by Michael Jordan. So it's
crazy. That's so wild.
I know.
You get hired by LSU and then, we're going into the Hall of Fame and MJ is introducing you.
Right. So it's kind of insane. Yeah. They definitely treat her like a celebrity here because, I mean, obviously she's from here. They love her. She brought so many fans in. It was really amazing.
She busted her ass when she got here too, just campaigning. She was doing everything, getting season ticket sales.
I will say that, Florida, we lost to Florida the first time, and then they had to come to us. She sold that gym out. She said, I want the gym sold out, and they sold the gym out. Yep. Standing room only, it was absolutely ridiculous. There was 15,000 people in there. That's because Kim said she wanted the gym sold out.
The boss said it. Let's go.
And that what she says goes. So I mean, she really is a boss. That's really just what she is. So
I get that vibe.
It was definitely an honor to be able to play for her and to say that I played for her. A lot of people can't say that. So.
Very true. And I think something about what makes coaches great is, like you said, is they understand their players. She knew you weren't sensitive, so she knew she could jump you a little bit. She could say certain things, but maybe she can't say it to so-and-so because they cower up, right? You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
So I love hearing that stuff. And and especially too, to say she got something I say about Coach Maneri all the time was my coach at LSU. I would say maybe not the best X's and O's, right? Strategy, all that. Maybe he was, I don't know. But what I really do believe is that he got the best out of these guys. He somehow made them believers that they were better than, I don't even want to say, he knew that they had this potential to be this player and they weren't reaching it, and he got it out of them. And I think that's what great coaches do. They have that awareness.
That was definitely the biggest part of our season because, like I said, we didn't know how good we would be. Lex getting cleared to play was the turning point because we had no idea if she was going to be able to play this season. Yeah, and we were that. Yeah, she got cleared the second game of the season to play. Damn. Yeah, we were stressing because
of transfer or injury?
Because of transfer. Yeah, she's transferred a few times, so they were trying to get her waiver. But yeah, we were stressed because at the time, Awa, who's a post player, she was our 3 because we literally didn't have a 3 player. It was me, Foss, and Awa, and then Kayla and Jerry. That was our starting 5. Damn. So then when they cleared Lex, that was literally the turning point, and we just went up from there pretty much. She was one of the biggest parts of the season. I mean, she played for Kim at Baylor, so they already have a good relationship, and she just felt in her element here. I don't know if she ever felt in her element at any other school she was at because she's been to a few schools. Yeah, but
she went to Rutgers up by me in Jersey, right?
She went to Rutgers. She went to Baylor A&M. First, then Rutgers, then A&M. Now she's at LSU.
That's crazy.
So, she looked very in her element here, and that made me really happy. It just seemed like everybody was kind of in their element this year, and being able to do that there last year. Well, Lex has another year, obviously, but the other 4 of us, this was our last go around. So we had a lot of fun with it.
You guys did.
Yeah.
and your team was fun to watch too. Like
Thank you.
and obviously Jalen was working here and stuff like that, so you know I had a connection. But I mean, I know Kim too through Kramer and baseball and things like that. So when she got hired here, I was so excited just in general to see what she brought. And when I first got here too at LSU, the women's basketball team I was actually closer to the women's basketball team than I was the men's. Like men's their program was kind of on the downfall. The women's was like booming. Like it was Van Chancellor, like, and he was the man. He was so nice to me too. I got to meet, I think it was Sylvia was on campus when I was here, and she was so funny with me. You know what I'm saying?
So a few games, yeah,
and it was just fun for me to always connect with LSU basketball. So when she got hired again, I was just fired up this year. I'm like, let's go. I want some good energy in the. Not that Nikki didn't bring it, but it just felt like the last couple of years kind of. You know, was different. That's all. So
and like it's funny you mentioned Sylvia. Like our slogan for this year was like respect the past, embrace the future, and I thought that was like so smart because she brought back a lot of former players, and that brought so much. Like I said, the Florida game was sold out. They actually, I don't know, they did something with Simone that game. So. They just, people like, that's support right there. Like they want to see stuff like that. So like being able to bring those old players back was like a really big thing for us this year too. And just having them at the games.
She just, and that's what I'm saying, was what is so great about a coach, right? She understands that you guys look up to those people. Like they're the ones that you guys want to be like, and that you guys feel like you want to, you know, not let them down almost, right? And that was even kid from New Jersey. I was from New Jersey. I didn't know too much about LSU when I got down here, but as soon as they started playing the highlight tapes and the older players come around, I was like, oh, I want to be like that. I want to do this. I want to carry the tradition forward. So
I loved our like video, our intro video to the game, how it was like going back and forth between the past and like now. It was, I love that whole thing. Like I thought it was amazing.
What was the quote again? Embrace or
respect the past, embrace the future.
I love that. Damn, Kim Mulkey's a G. She's the best.
Yeah, that was extremely smart.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, Autumn, I'm going to let you get going. I know you probably have a bunch of things going on, but let everybody know you have social media, anywhere people can find you.
Yeah, my @ name is the same on like every platform. It's _AutumnNoel24. So
good branding. I love it.
The same on everything.
What's the nose ring? I'm curious. Is it a design or is it just like?
I just like the ones that dangle.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen that on a nose ring. I think it's badass. Yeah.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah, I love it.
Good stuff. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. Good luck with everything going forward.
Thank you.